Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't been on here in a hot minute and I am really sorry about that. I've been kind of caught up between work and riding, but today is going to be a really exciting day. I am going to be trying a couple horses today and they are all over the place, so we will be pretty much everywhere today. I'm not looking for anything specific, but I did want to bring you guys along with me because, I thought you would enjoy this. So before we get going, I just wanted to inform you guys that I will be joining Bright Meadow's lesson program as a trainer and manager on top of my main job. This has been planned for quite some time and is the main reason we will be trying new horses today. Our lesson program is growing really fast and heavily, so we will need some new options and variety for the kids as well as ourselves. I did already prepare everything for the truck and the trailer, so we are all ready to go. And please watch until the end to see who I end up taking home tonight. Also, please bear with me because I know for a fact today is going to be a long one. This is the Baroness and the owner of Brookridge Manor. She breeds and sells Iberian horses, which are like Lusitanos, Andalusians, and Lipizzanos. She saw my request on socials and invited me to come try one of her Lusitano mares before she sends her off to become a brood mare. I think she only did this because she's familiar with me, and I also train and raise special breeds myself. Like, I do have a Lipizzaner, so I think she was more fond to me coming out. The mare I will be checking out is a 5-year-old Lusitano named Celeria, and she's priced pretty high. My expectations are somewhat high for her because of this, but I'll do an honest review anyways. Since this is an exclusive offer, only a couple of accepted people are allowed to try the horse. If none of us take her, then she will stay and pursue a career at the manor. In this case, she will become a brood mare, and I'm pretty excited to check her out, honestly. Overall, she rode very nice, and I'm super happy with how she kept calm and collected. She doesn't seem to have any health issues and is super sweet. I love how smooth she was and how well she listened, but sadly, I think I'm gonna leave this one behind because she is priced a little too high, although she can't do much just yet. Her pricing is due to her breeding, which is well known and trusted, but she is a very sweet mare and I'm super happy with her, so a big thanks to the Baroness for allowing me to be one to try her. Once I was done unpacking, I just told the Baroness my honest thoughts on her, and she did really appreciate what I said because I did give her many compliments because that horse was amazing. Moving on, we're here at Golden Leaf Equine where I'll be checking out this Marwari gelding. I do know the owners and they are family friends, so that is why I didn't talk to anybody before I headed to see him. They have tried to sell me him in the past, but I wasn't in a good spot with money and time to support him. So here we are now. His name is Clyde and he is 17 now. His primary job is eventing, although he does some liberty here and there. I just figured we'd check him out and see if he'd be good with kids. Here he refused a water jump, and I'm not entirely sure why, but I did some circles and tried to gather him together. If you know me, you know I love circles. Right after we did this, he did go over it, and he did really well. I think this is how you do it. Oh my god! He's a great horse, but his gaits are a little bit harder for me to understand and get used to, so I'm not sure what the kids would think or if any of them would even be interested. Overall, I was pleased with him and I did figure him out eventually. However, I don't think I'll be going through with him because of the little mishaps we had, and he didn't seem to listen very well. At the same time, he is 17, so in his mind, he's probably done. I'm here at the Baroness's racetrack and I'm so excited for this one because it's the Arabian from my racetrack vlog. This is the mare Ask No More, aka Salem, and she is a 5-year-old purebred Arabian. She is definitely expensive, but we did come prepared for that because in my mind I was definitely going to buy her. But you know, I don't want to let my emotions get in the way of that, and I want the kids to love her as much as I do. As I went to grab her, she did very well on the ground and clearly had manners, which I was so thankful for. Luckily, I got to groom her and tack her up, which was so exciting for me because, oh my god, I probably wouldn't have bought her if this wasn't the case because, you know, a lot of horses are stingy and I'm not a fan of that. Under saddle, she was a bit high-strung, very strong, and it's also kind of difficult to get her to listen 100%, but that is totally something that you can work on, and I'm so down to do that with her because she's entirely worth it, in my book at least. She was actually a somewhat smooth ride, which I did not expect, like, at all, because of just the way she acted and looked while, like, someone else was riding her. But she was really smooth, and I think that's because she has a bigger stride, but at the same time you do kind of have to push her and really drive with your seat. But that is something really good for my students to learn. As we headed to the jumping arena, she got pretty excited and wanted to launch at every single jump. She has tons of energy and clearly loves her job. I can see why she's used for racing. She did end up refusing a jump, and I expected more out of her on the jumping end, but that's more so my fault instead of hers. It was unfamiliar to her, and I'm an unfamiliar human on her back, so, I mean, her refusal was pretty reasonable. That can also be worked on, and I think with time she will learn to be gentle, and I can help guide her through training, as well as have the kids get comfortable since her walk, trot, and canter are fairly smooth and doable. Because of this and just overall loving this mare, I will proudly be bringing her home to Bright Meadows tonight. I know the kids will love her as much as I do. So this is one of the Baroness's many assistants, and luckily he would be the one selling me Salem, and he was really nice, and I just told him my honest thoughts about her and everything, and he was super happy that I loved her. You guys have no idea how happy it made me to load this mare up. You've done this a million times before, come on. Last but not least, we are at Fawn Lake Equestrian Center, ran and owned by Amelia Dreambell. One of the boarders here is actually selling his Morgan, so that is who I'll be looking at. He is an 11-year-old Morgan Trackner Cross named Osprey. Who I'm talking to right now is the owner of this Morgan, and he just let me know a little bit about him, which was actually really nice of him. He seemed like a really good guy. Here is Osprey, and he is adorable. I love his little braids in his mane, and he's very talkative tonight, but I will be taking him to be lunged because the owner did say that I should probably lunge him since he hasn't been ridden in a couple of days, so I was like, oh, okay. So here we are lunging him. Oh. He did really well lunging and actually didn't seem like he had too much energy built up. I don't know why, because I figured he would be the opposite, and he is a little small. And you know, he's not a pony, but you know, the smaller horses are always considered crazy. Once I got him tacked up, we did head over to the main arena, where I would just be doing some flat work, just seeing how he listens, how good he is under saddle, and things like that. To my surprise, he was actually really gentle, which was actually really nice to see because, you know, after that Arabian, we might need something a little bit more gentle for the kids. Since it was already pretty late, I didn't ride him for that long in the arena, and I decided to take him out on the trails around Fawn Lake Equestrian, and I did end up jumping him a little bit. He is an eventing horse, and his jump was actually really nice for eventing. I was super pleased with that, and we do need a couple more eventers, so I'm sure the kids will absolutely love him. I love him a lot. Super gentle, very sweet, very calm, and very cute. To no surprise, we will be taking him home tonight, and I promise you I don't have like I'm not like biased on any horses or anything. I just thought he would be a really good fit for Bright Meadows because he seems more to be an all-around type of horse, and Gary, the owner, was all for this, and I was super happy to have his support because it really helped me make the decision. And yeah. Once we were done talking about the vet and little things like that, we did exchange information so he could keep up on Osprey, as I suppose this has been his horse that he did train, and he seems like a pretty good trainer. Although I've never heard of him, he seems pretty good. So now I do get to welcome Osprey and Salem to Bright Meadow Equestrian, and I'm sure all of the kids will fall in love with them, especially Osprey, because he's just perfect, spot on for the kids that I know. And I do have one kid in mind that I think will particularly love him and take him to shows, and we will definitely be seeing them in some upcoming videos. I also do want to do a Meet the Horses video because now we do have some new members. Also, I'm really sorry this took forever to get out. In all seriousness, thank you so much for coming along with me so I wasn't super lonely during this, and I hope all of you enjoyed. Bye!